Hello, in this video I would like to talk about my new design, new version of my speakers. Basically the woofer is placed with the magnet pointing upwards, and on top of it sits the tweeter, the driver, and that's the only modification I did. And why I think it's an interesting design. The reason is that both the woofer and the tweeter are very close to each other, but at the same time the sound coming from the woofer is not hitting the tweeter driver because there is a barrier of the magnet. And that's the same approach as there is one company that makes omnidirectional speakers from Hungary, Base Audio, and they have a tubus shaped cabinet which is pretty large, and they have a tweeter placed between two drivers which are also placed like this. Basically the magnet is exposed on both drivers, but the difference with my design is that I don't have a woofer on top of the tweeter. It's just one woofer. Now here's the how it looks like more closely. It's just the woofer is attached to the cabinet, and the tweeter has no baffle and it's open on the back. It just freely stands, so the sound emanates from in all directions. Also the tweeter is a little bit angled upwards. So it's not 100% point source, but pretty close. And the sound is very smooth. And obviously the soundstage is also very wide. It's not placed, it's placed around 2 feet from the wall, back from the wall, but should be more, but I don't have enough space here. And okay, this woofer, its resonant frequency is 34 Hertz. I think the cabinet is pretty large, but it goes down to around 40 Hertz in my room. I don't have a good equipment to measure it, but using some YouTube tests, obviously they are not super accurate, but it's around 40, maybe 35, maybe 40, somewhere in that region. So this is a sacrifice I made. I could employ like more stronger woofer to arrive at, let's say, 25 Hertz, maybe 29. But these woofers, I would have to use either three-way design with such subwoofer, or the sensitivity will be not as good. Like the powerful subwoofers have around 85, 86, sometimes less sensitivity, but my woofer has over 90. So in every design you will have some sacrifices. So my approach is to I want to get to 40 Hertz, but I would say that in order to achieve a lower bass, you need to give up something, and for my taste, I want higher sensitivity. Also, this tweeter is 94 dB, so in order to match it, it's not easy task to because below, let's say, 500 hertz, there are not many drivers. I would need to use like 15-inch driver to have a higher sensitivity. However, in such case, I will have not as good dispersion. And also the bigger woofer will be less fast, because the membrane mass will be higher, much higher, and this membrane of this woofer is only 21 grams. So this speaker is very fast. It can keep up with any music, and to me it sounds super realistic, comparing to other speakers I've heard, like mostly commercial speakers. So I give up lower bass in order to have a lighter membrane of the woofer, higher sensitivity, and in order to get a lower bass, I would need to employ a larger cabinet. So this is what I can live with. The other option would be to use passive radiator. So that's my next project, is to use a different cabinet, most likely tubus shaped, with the passive radiator. This way the cabinet can be smaller, without the baffle also, because the woofer will be placed on top of the tube, and I will use a passive radiator to have a probably even below 40 hertz. So that's coming, but for now this configuration, and it's also active, so both drivers are separately amplified, and the sound is very dynamic, very open, very fast, and it can play any kind of music, jazz, rock, electronic music, 60s, 90s, vocals, classical music, anything you can think of. I especially like the 60s, and on good recordings it's spectacular. I don't listen to organ music, so I don't really need 20 hertz or some, like electronic techno. It's not my type. I don't need my windows to shake. I'm focusing more on the how realistic it is, rather than these side effects. This is basically it. Also the cabinet, it is made of plywood, with slate panels attached to the walls. So the two materials are matched, plywood and slate. The cabinet is heavy. It sits on the bags of salt to reduce vibrations, and I think it's pretty inert cabinet. It is also braced in the corners, so there are no 90 degrees angles inside. This is what I want to prevent. And it's a bass reflex cabinet with a large slot. It's not standard bass reflex port. It's a rather large slot. Okay, so let me know what do you think about this construction. It looks maybe yeah, it looks like DIY, but yeah, my next model will be will probably look better than this, but I really like the sound, and I think you can achieve a lot just by doing things right, and these drivers are not expensive, by the way. Actually, they are rather cheap comparing to what is on the market. So with better drivers and especially better amplifiers, I think the result can be better, but I don't even feel the need of any better sound than this. Okay, maybe a very good tube amplifier will make it more spacious, that's for sure. So far I'm choosing which one to buy. There is a big selection of them. So with a tube amplifier for the highs, because I'm using a Class D for the lows, I will report what I hear with the better amplifier. So that's it for this video. I wanted to share this because previously my speaker design was a little bit different, and I think now it sounds better with this configuration. The soundstage is larger, and it's like every aspect is you can hear that every aspect is a little bit better, so everything counts. And this is sort of similar to Base Audio, but they are using ribbon tweeter. Mine is planar, and they are of course larger speakers than mine.